Oh, sure.
Oh, Chris,
Wow.
I'm a
this is
first.
new.
No, you know what this is? This is an assignment from Sally's class that I didn't like. So I cut it all up and I reconstructed it.
Wow.
It's basically one painting cut up into a collage that I like better.
Did
It's
she have you influenced by another artist when she was doing this assignment?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't know, Lori, do you remember doing this kind of a geometric thing? Oh, Lori's not
Oh,
here.
maybe she,
Anyway, I'm not sure if it was another artist, or if it was just doing a geometric. This was like a
I
couple
like
years
it.
ago.
Very interesting.
okay, good. Something was on my screen that was bothering me, but I like it a whole lot. Chris,
Thank you. And it's mostly the large areas are acrylic paint and the other areas are ink.
I really do like it. It's a beautiful geometric.
Well, it wasn't before. That's why I cut it up.
Yeah,
It was pretty horrible.
that's what you have to do is
Yeah.
sometimes you have such a busy painting that, in fact, the thing I sent you at midnight is when I zoomed in on the thing you sent me, the painting, and show you that that's kind of what you need to do. You've got so much stuff going on, you know?
Yeah, the thing I sent Joan is kind of busy.
Yeah. If you did something like this, you'd have it.
Yeah, too bad it's on canvas with, framed canvas. I can't cut it up.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, well, thanks. Okay, here's, let's see. Are we not gonna do this? Oh, here,
There we go.
yeah.
That one I did while I was in Italy.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I'm kind of focused and stuck on the idea of still life right now. And it's not even a conscious thing. When I'm painting, all these shapes appear and all of a sudden there they are, the two vases, So I just go with it.
I think it's one of your best.
I do
Really,
too.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Isn't that funny? Because when you think of when you go from realistic to abstraction, that is kind of like a normal progression. But this is just the reverse of that, Chris. That you start, you're an abstract painter, and then what's emerging is almost like Michelangelo did with the sculptures, that he'd see the stone and then he could see the figure inside of it and it would emerge. And
Yeah.
that's what's been happening with your still lifes lately. I love them
I do too.
Thank you.
because you
fact-
still have your great composition and your color palette's always great.
Yeah. Mhm.
In fact, the thing you sent, like what you started to use this little thing here with this detail that really brings all the flat areas together. Very nice. I really love it. It's beautiful.
This one was
It's a great
also
coordination of the colors.
Oh,
Mhm.
thanks, Nancy. This one
Mhm.
was like a lot of negative shape painting. But the one I sent you, Joan, is I'm trying to get out of my box. You know what I mean? Because I'm in this rut, I feel like. I mean, everything looks like this nowadays.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
you have a style, but they're not all the same though, Chris.
no, they're all different. This is your signature style. This is
Yep.
what works, you know?
thank you.
Yeah, I haven't found that any two were alike. And this one is just, when did you do this? It's fabulous.
Oh, I
Yes.
love this one. I love it. Yeah.
Well, Nancy and Lori know that's Sally's class. She the assignment was do a collage.
Yeah.
Right.
That was basically it, right? Just do a collage
Right.
and then do what you want with it. So I kind of like the black and white that I used here. So I
Mhm.
went with that and just added bits of interesting color and larger kind of marks.
Oh, it's just out of this world. It's one of your
Really?
best. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah.
It's minimalist in a way, but it's got such impact with that black figure, that spidery
Yeah, I
work
love
that
the
corner.
boldness. Yeah. Very bold. Yeah.
Thanks.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Love the tone too. Chris, can I ask you, did you lay the collage down and then did you glaze over it with kind of like grayish different paints or ochre or what, how'd you do that?
Okay, so I laid the collage down. I think there was a color underneath. There was probably like a base color underneath.
Mhm.
And then I laid the collage down and then I actually painted over it with white. So then the areas that had kind of a, maybe a darker look to it, I went with that and made those darker, added a little bit of color. And then on top of that, I put in the larger, bolder kind of pieces.
Mhm.
It's amazing.
So it was a process.
Yeah, it was definitely a process. And then
And is
after
this on paper? On paper, on canvas?
this is on a canvas board and it's
Right.
small. It's like 11 by 14,
Yeah.
something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I,
Put it on sale. It's good.
Mhm. Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, just very nice.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Wow, Joy.
The joy is mastering another medium, huh?
Yeah, this is my color, the practice, and I yeah, I got this as the reference is black and white, and the photo. I just want to get a different color and yeah, try try something new.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Joy, did you use like a linseed oil to kind of fill in the oil pastel? You know how that's rough when you put it on the
Got to
paper?
blend it.
Did
Yeah.
you blend it with the oil?
No, I bought a soft oil pastel. Soft
Oh,
oil
Oh.
pastel. Yes. I think
Oil
it's
pastels are hard. It's hard to get them not to look so much just like crayon.
yeah.
But here you have achieved that soft. They do like they're blended, so it's beautiful.
mhm.
Yes, I didn't blend it. I just learned from Van Gogh. Just-
Yeah, all that oil painting practice you've been doing with the brush and the impressionism, you brought it over to this oil pastel.
Yeah,
A
nice.
lot of layers.
And I noticed typically your pastels, you're not smudging anymore. You're just applying it as if it were oil paints. Yeah.
This is different than oil painting, and because you use different color and just do the value.
Overlay. Uh-huh.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
The soft pastel is easier to do this work, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you ought to do me a favor and put if you see the shoulders right here, this shoulder and that shoulder,
Yes.
put your finger in front of the screen and block out the shoulder. And what do you see?
Okay.
Yeah, there.
When you block out the shoulder, all I see is this magnificent face.
Oh, yes.
And then when
Yeah.
you bring your hands away, now the shoulders kind of draw your eye away from the beauty.
Oh, okay.
Did you
Okay.
see that?
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Okay. All right. I
Beautiful.
will cover.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Good
here,
point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Aw.
This is from our watercolor class, and I took this photo at my daughter's home in Oregon. It's my daughter's daughter, my granddaughter.
Yeah. Mhm.
I just simplify the photo.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
A
palette,
gorgeous
Joy.
family heirloom.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, you know, I see your beautiful watercolor technique everywhere. And I think for me, I wish this wooden structure hadn't been so realistic and rigid. I wish it could have been as loose as a lot of the background and everything. Because it draws my eye away from the little girl. This-
Yes, actually, I did other one without this
Oh.
this one.
Okay.
Yes, I thought this is for our class
Yeah.
homework. I want to get some the color warm and cool
Mhm.
and make a contrast.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I didn't think about that way.
But I love how free you are with your watercolor technique in this area and all of this other stuff. You've learned to really master the just a impression, suggestion of leaves and very nice work. I mean, it shows
Yeah,
that
it's
you know-
very ethereal.
you know what you're
Thank you.
doing. Yeah.
Joy,
Okay.
did you use any masking fluid for the white marks?
No,
Oh, wow.
I throw away my masking fluid.
Oh my
I
God.
throw away.
I need a
I
ton
just
of it.
give my challenge myself.
Your colors in the foreground are beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
You know,
you.
and the shadows on the walkway, I mean, they're just,
Mhm.
it's very dreamlike. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a lovely,
Yeah.
lovely portrait in real life.
Yeah. Sometimes when you think about just simplify, and because that's too difficult for me, I just want to get rid of details, and you just use water, and they just come out.
Mhm.
You just like to get it done.
That's right. That's right. You're right.
Beautiful.
Okay. I had one contribution. This little girl, I've worked on it since you last saw it. Down here is what you saw the last time. And you see how big the head is back here? I went and made it a little smaller.
Mhm.
And I have enlarged and enhanced the color of the violin right here.
Much
let's see.
improved.
I'm sorry?
Is this girl?
I
Is
think
this
it's
girl
very
the
much
Chloe?
improved.
Chloe? Is this girl
No.
from Singapore?
Um,
Yeah, Chloe.
it may be, yeah.
Yes, and she's good. She's good one.
But for example, what I worked, you see how the hand last time was white? I went and tried to define it a little more, the flesh color,
Oh yeah.
and emphasize this. So I don't know. I'm wondering, I saw there was too much white back here behind the violin, and so I've knocked it out, but I'm still trying to resolve. I like this light thing coming down here, but I'm still working on something that might happen down here, but am I headed the right direction? Would you say this was better than that?
Absolutely. You have a focal point,
Yeah.
and the focus is, really on her, and the things that are unnecessary, you pushed it back in the background. I think it looks really good.
Okay.
I think it's pretty much done. I mean, I like the way you knocked the background off there, and it really makes, the figure stand out. And I just love the violin. The colors there are gorgeous.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, because it does tend to, there does come to be a point where you don't want to overdo it. So, but anyway, at least it's improved.
Yeah, I agree that it's almost, I think it's done, yeah.
Yes.
Thanks,
beautiful.
Scott. Okay.
Very beautiful.
And did Laurie come back? Didn't we see Laurie this morning?
Yeah, we did.
Lori's here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay,
Is this new and is it a class project?
this is new. It is a class project that was the same class project, believe it or not, that Chris did, the minimal one with the black marks and the little touches of red on the collage.
Ah,
So I have, 2 or 3 layers of collaging and paint behind this.
Mhm.
And I took it the next level.
mhm.
So I have a niece who has an animal sanctuary, not a niece, a cousin in Georgia. And periodically she posts photos of her animals. And I was taken with one of her cows. And so that's how this,
I really love this. I think this is one of your better styles.
thank you.
In fact, the one that comes after this is also beautiful. They're so loose. I love color palette and yeah, I can see the cow.
I
Yeah.
love the texture.
The cow.
It looks so textury. You know,
What
a lot
now?
of texture to it.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Well, I've got acrylic paint and I've got oil stick. And then the collage going on in there. And I think also some charcoal marks.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that you like it, Joan. I've been experimenting since I took the workshop with Jenny Nelson on the exploring abstraction. So
Uh-huh.
that's kind of where this has come from, I think.
I think you've taken a step forward. I mean, this is one of your better ones, and include
Thank you.
this one too. I just love the style.
Yeah, that one I'm really pleased about.
Yeah.
That one I did prior to the canvas. And this was using her limited palette. So just 3 colors.
Uh-huh.
Very challenging.
Mhm.
And then I threw in the oil stick.
I love your oil stick, and I think you like the pink one the best.
I do. Love that pink one. I love that pink oil stick.
Can I ask, is that different from an oil pastel?
I was
It-
I was
it
going to
is-
ask the same question.
It is different. It's not as how do I explain it? It's creamy. It's really creamy and it just goes on like smushing and it's like having thick oil paint and mushing it around. And it just
Mm.
gives it a big fat stick.
Mhm.
Mm.
So I like, being that I'm mostly a drawer or always have been, I like the ability to get in there with my hand and a mark maker that way.
Mhm.
Sometimes I go overboard.
Yeah.
This is great, Lori. You know, having seen this work and the one before it and seeing all your work in class, you take so many different directions. It's just amazing. And I know you're a good artist, you're a good drawer, and it seems like you don't have enough time to experiment in all these different directions,
It's
which
true.
is great.
Thank you.
Like, when do you sleep?
Every night from 9:30 to 5 a.m.
I mean, this all looks new. I mean, everything looks new
Yeah.
and different.
Thanks. Well, you guys really stimulate my creativity. So
These two are so masterful. I think for me, these are the two best things I've seen you do. They're
Mhm.
so loose and you look like you're a real master of your craft here.
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Well, I'll keep going in this direction because I
Yeah.
am having fun with it.
Please, because I don't know how to explain that you did this and you did this other thing that's coming up, but this is the way you want to go.
Okay. That's another one.
Oh,
Wow.
It's just a small, it's 5 by 5 square.
yeah.
I had a bunch of remnants that had some black and red paint on them and some white. And then I went in with the oil stick multiple different times because at first I didn't like it.
Mhm.
And then went in with some black paint and some charcoal. And
I love this one, Lori. It has a lot of movement in it.
yeah.
Have you tried turning it around?
I agree. Wow.
Okay, if I can get it back on the canvas here.
Lori, getting back to the oil stick, I'm sorry to ask these questions. Once you put it down, then do you smush it around with your fingers or with
I
the
use
stick or with a
I
brush?
use
Or
the stick and then I scrape with a palette knife.
okay,
Yeah, and the one negative is that it takes forever to dry. I mean,
okay.
it takes, I'd say, a week for them to be not tacky anymore. And then, of course, if I try to go over, I'm using acrylic paint, so when I try to go over it to maybe correct or change something, then it's sort of an interesting experiment because it's a resist,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? So I never know
All
what's
three of these things are
I
great.
never know what's going to
Oh,
happen.
here we go. Another one.
This one
fantastic.
This one's morphed a lot and I've put it aside. It's not happy painting right now.
Lori, it's one of my favorites, and I know
Uh-oh.
you've been
Tonight-
working on it since you sent me this one, but this is just finished. What do you think, Chris?
But I changed it. It's too late.
I
I
love.
like it.
Oh
really do.
yeah, I do.
What did you do, Lori?
Since, I think
Hold it up.
I think I showed it to you. Let me get it.
Oh,
Hang
you
on.
did? Oh, okay.
Hang on. I got it right here.
I love the fact that she uses so many different mixed medias. I mean, she takes that to the max.
Oh,
So each of her paintings have,
That
oh,
one's really
wow.
nice.
Can you,
Okay.
if you pin me, you can see it.
I'm trying to pin you.
Oh, yeah, I like it. It's better.
Yeah.
I don't like where it's gone, so
I think you need to bring back some of the solid black areas.
I
I do
like this thing here. You really need this back. This.
yeah.
You like the line? The
And
strong
that's
line?
still here. That is, but you know, the space between it was bothering me. I don't know. I have to wait for the oil, and now there's a lot of oil stick in there, so that's a challenge, you know.
Well, after we finish this Zoom, I want you to look at this PowerPoint thing and change your painting back to this.
I still have a picture of it. I take pictures at every stage.
This was finished. I even see a little cow here.
Yes, like a cow, yes.
Hey, I should have left it alone. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
I like what she showed. Lori, I like what you just showed. I like the,
Okay.
There you go. So you never know, right?
No, you never know.
yeah, I vote for the cow, the first one.
Oh, the
We're not
first-
voting. I know we're not voting, but I just, for some reason, I just really like the color palette, I guess. I
Uh-huh.
also like when I first looked at it, I didn't see the cow.
Oh, the cow painting. Uh-huh.
The first one that you showed. But,
All
you know,
All
that's
right.
just me.
Okay. Well, very interesting stuff, Laurie. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Great.
your
Very
feedback.
prolific.
Really appreciate it.
Let's see. Scott.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'll talk fast. So, this piece was originally done. It's not done yet. It's going to go all the way. You can kind of see the rod that runs through the middle of it. I have another 10 or 15 hangers to put on it. But basically, 15 years ago, I participated in an artist challenge in Santa Clarita where they gave us different stores to go into and to do a piece of art based
Is
on.
anybody else having sound issues?
No.
I can hear him fine.
I can hear.
My sound seems to keep going in and out. It must be my connection.
Anyway, so I got the black and white store. It's a ladies store. I guess it's still in business. They're around. And so I went into the store and like, what do you do with a women's store with women's clothes? And I thought, well, they got hangers. And so I asked the store if they would give me some hangers. I think they gave me 5. So I had to go on the internet. They gave us a stipend to the artist. So I went online and ordered, 100 hangers. And I painted them half white and half black. And I drilled a hole down the center and started to thread a bolt down the center of the threaded rod, and took forever to do that.
Mhm.
Anyway, what happened was, since it only had the one connection, the hangers started to move and the whole thing disintegrated. So I had to take the whole thing apart and reassemble it. So it's being assembled with 2 dowels as well as the metal rod going through it. So it's very labor intensive to do this.
I bet. Yeah.
And it's almost done. So that's going to be my piece. It's going to be
You
called
know,
Heavenly Stairway.
Scott, it looks like fabric, especially the white.
Yes.
And so it's so perfect for the black and white store. Having, I used to shop there when I was in business. So
Yeah.
that's genius what you've done with the materials, I think.
Yeah, it's great. Were those wooden hangers, Scott?
Hangers, yep. Mhm. Painted each one of them by hand.
It's a lot of paint, a lot of work.
There's so much, yeah, there's so much work that went into this because I'm glad that, I'm kind of dealing now with just the material, so I don't have to paint anything because everything's painted. And so well, that's it.
Great.
How
Something,
tall will it be when it's done?
What?
How tall will it be when it's done?
I think it's going to be about 4 feet.
Okay, because I saw it when it was small, now I see it larger. I know you all the way to the top of that post.
It had 66 hangers originally, and now it's going to have about 75. But because the space now has been narrowed to nothing, because they're actually flat against each other, it made the piece not as tall.
Against it.
Not as tall. But.
very creative, Scott. Thank you.
Very interesting.
Nancy, you created a masterpiece.
Oh, thank you. Nice little watercolor.
Yeah.
And Diane Adams, who I'm taking for the first time, and I really like her. It's nice to get a different bent on watercolor and stuff. She told me that, she basically, I showed her some of my previous works, and most of my watercolors are done in pen and ink first, and then I fill it in. So they end up being more illustrative than freeform. And she just says, don't use the pen and ink. So this is what the result is. And I kind of like it because it makes it more free, which is what I think you're supposed to do with watercolor.
It's a masterpiece.
Thank you.
I think it's my favorite.
All right.
I love all the shapes you have.
I tried to see why you called it a negative space painting. And I see, for example, for me, where the sky is in the background here, I see you tried to bring it forward in the painting. You tried to reverse.
Actually, it's the white is supposed to be the negative space. And that looks like sky, but you know what it is? It's a shadow of a shadow on the snow. We had such a huge snowfall, and it was like that for just a couple days. And it was bright and sunny. I could take those pictures before the snow started to disintegrate.
Yeah.
And so it does look like sky, but it's actually,
Well,
but the negative space is supposed to be the white.
It doesn't matter whether it's sky or not. It's a masterpiece.
Thank you.
I wish you could do more like this. This
I'm
is
gonna try. I promise you, Joan, I will try.
It's almost like when you're not sure of what you're doing, it comes out the best. Like you didn't plan this, but it happened that way. Yeah.
Plus,
Like
I think
the
I
photograph
had
too.
like a
I like
couple.
the photograph too.
I used to like the photo till I saw the painting. Oh,
Yeah.
this is way fabulous.
I like
Well, I
the
didn't have a
color.
lot of time to do it, so that's probably why it came out more free.
Yeah. Joy,
Yeah.
what did
Yeah.
you, Joy?
I think it's excellent because you change it to a modern art, a modern style. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, the
I've
color is
raised you all
beautiful.
to a higher level. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you've changed your photographic mind to a artistic rendering.
Right.
Maybe it's like Monet. My eyesight's going bad.
In fact, compared to the one that's coming up next, which is your old style, this is like a masterpiece. Here we go. This is the old Nancy.
Right. And this was from probably 6-7 years ago now. My real estate agent, she loved my art, and I bought my house out there in Oceanside and I sold it, when I moved back to Chicago. And she just wanted me, she commissioned me, one of the few people that ever did. And she says, paint whatever you want. She says, I like a shore, an island looking painting. So I did this for it. And it took me a long time. It took me 2 different attempts.
It's a nice painting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How did you get the blue, Nancy, in the water? It's like a turquoise.
Oh gosh, there's so many layers in there, Chris.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of greens, a lot of phthalo, a lot of purple. I just layer and layer and layer, a lot of glazing.
Oh, it's
So,
beautiful.
I liked it so much, I hated to give it away, but I was flattered by the fact that, she liked it, she loved it, she put it above her fireplace, and she paid me for it. So, so
Oh, good.
it's yeah.
It's really beautiful. I love what you did with the water. I mean, in the foreground is really amazing. I think it looks
Thank you.
Yeah.
You almost feel the palm leaves. moving, you know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lovely. Very nice.
Thank
And
you very much.
Linda, I have all kinds of questions.
Wow.
This is a panel. So I work with a lot of found objects, and I have been, like, I have things made from coffee cans and all kinds of things. But this one is called the Emotions Dance. So the glass is cut out, and then I made an acrylic piece, and then I put the glass on it and put it in the back, and so it lights up. And that's what you're showing with the light behind it and when it's not lit up. And it's 44 by 24. So
That's
Wow.
what I was going to ask you.
a
44.
fairly large piece.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And it started kind of because I wanted to put something with the pillar, because I've always wanted a pillar somewhere. I had made one in my house now. I'll show it to you one time because I can't bring it anywhere. But how do I come to my ideas? They just kind of manifest themselves similarly.
Well-
So there's a lot of pyrographics, where you take the soldering iron and I cut into it and put some, looks like it's a little bit carving in the area. That's kind of in the sky, kind of influenced a little bit by Van Gogh's little kind of Starry Night.
Is this on
Linda.
glass, Linda?
Is that on glass?
It's on it's on a panel, so it's like a big door panel.
Okay, I was going
And the
to,
part where it's cut out, where the people are, that is glass.
is this,
Okay.
is this a stained glass mosaic?
Yeah,
right here?
yeah, it's like a stained glass, but it's just glass that's painted, glued on, and then I put the not like stained glass. You do it like you would do like a mosaic where you put the
Right. Uh-huh.
I can't think of the name of the word, but anyway. So the emotion was supposed to be the hot and cold of a relationship, hence the emotions dance.
Mhm.
And supposed to be under the night, starring, so that's kind of
Okay.
outdoors.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Very
It's really
unusual.
amazing.
Beautiful.
I like it too. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
So the
I
right
like it
side,
without being lit, without the backlight.
yeah, that's my question. How is the right side so much lighter?
There's a light in behind it.
The light behind the left side, but on the right side.
No,
there's no-
that's just the way it looks when it's, when who knows where the light's coming from.
Oh, okay.
No,
got it.
Linda,
Put in the-
I'm lost. Is this a screen door?
no, it's a wood panel door.
But this is a real door that hangs on.
No, it's not. No, it would go into a cabinet. It would be like a cabinet door.
Okay, okay.
What's the size again, Linda? The size?
44 by 24.
Okay.
So like if you, and so the whole thing is, it's only parts that come out are the framing part and the T part. Everything else is recessed back.
Okay.
And
That's
so that's where the painting part is.
Well, I want
I
to
mean,
see,
I painted the whole thing. It was basically a piece of wood when I started, a piece of looking wood.
I want to see
Gee.
more of your, I want to see more of your stuff next time, okay?
Yes, absolutely.
So I
Thanks
can get
for
a
joining.
better idea, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, okay, no style, but okay.
all right. So it says here we've got 1 minute and 32 seconds.
Oh,
Let's see,
next.
since, what do we have here? Lori, I picked up an old one of yours
Oh, yeah.
last time.
That's
Is,
part of that workshop.
This-
That's painted from a collage that I did.
this looks like a big puppy, a big dog laying on a couch.
Or
But
a
it-
lady
don't
bending
see that.
backwards,
That's what I see as a lady bending backwards after.
right, with her head on the ground, right?
Yep,
I want it to be a dog, okay?
it can be a dog.
It's like Chris's dog back in Italy,
Oh, don't say that.
Yeah,
spread out
Puppy.
on the couch.
papillon.
Anyway, okay, well, thanks for sending all this. This is beautiful. I love that it's everything is so broad and
You really got your money's worth out of that workshop,
Oh,
Lori.
I'm still working through. Still working through.
yeah, well, keep up the good work, will you?
Thank you.
Great to see everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. It is.
All right. Good
All
to see
right.
everyone too.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Stay dry.
Did we-
Okay, you too. Thanks for coming, Nancy.
Very well, thank
Feel
you. Thanks for all the
better.
good
Everybody.
thoughts.
See you soon. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Bye. See you, Scott.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Bye.
Nice to see you.